Good evening, and thank you for joining me at Music Today. This is Keitaro Harada. The concept of the show is to bring in an artist each episode and have a conversation with the artist about a performance we will all watch and listen together. The live component is very important because I encourage all viewers to comment and ask questions to the artist. The idea of doing this show came about when COVID-19 hit, and I wanted a platform to keep the music going for our fans. Even though we may not be able to experience live performances together right now, I wanted a place where music lovers can join easily and converse with artists to see the more personal side of us. Music Today is a bilingual show. The live streams during your evening will be in English, and the shows that broadcast during your morning time will be in Japanese for the fans in Japan. If you want to improve on your Japanese skills, you're more than welcome to watch the Japanese interviews too, and use the subtitle button somewhere around here after the live stream has ended. Without further ado, I'd like to bring in our guest for tonight. Since we cannot hear you applaud, please do me a huge favor and use the comment screen to put clapping emojis, or you can write clap, clap, clap so that we know that you're engaged and watching this show. We have a very unique artist today. And I'll let her explain more about herself in a moment. Please welcome our special guest, Eva Kestner. Hi, Eva.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well. And where are you quarantining right now?
I'm quarantined in Tokyo in my house.
Yes. This is the first time I'm actually doing a show where we're both in Japan at 10 a.m. but doing it in English, because I've been doing the show, like for the English version with artists that don't live in Japan, but we're actually sort of neighbors around here, and it's kind of feels very interesting to see the light behind your back, because most of the time when the guest artist, the scene is really dark behind them. So
yeah.
Well, anyway, thanks for joining the show.
Thank you.
Eva and I went to the international school system in Tokyo together, and now you are pursuing your career and as a Taiko artist. And I wanted to show this photo of you with your instruments. Would you tell us a little bit about what we see in front of us?
Yes, so I play the taiko drums. Taiko is a type of traditional Japanese drumming. But today it's actually used as a type of musical instrument. So in that sense, it's a new genre, because traditionally it's only been performed in Japanese festivals or religious ceremonies, but today we use it as a musical instrument and perform music with it. And I also play a little bit of koto. I also play piano, so I incorporate different kinds of instruments. Sometimes I also use my voice to create this kind of like new wave genre that still has this Japanese essence to it.
I love this photo because, I'm so used to seeing Japanese instruments with just Japanese instruments, the taiko and the koto together. But the fact that you're standing in front of a grand piano is a total new way of seeing who you are, because very rarely do you see a piano with a taiko, or sometimes you see piano with koto, but not so much unless you're a cross-genre artist. So this photo to me speaks a lot because a lot of who you are.
Yeah, because I started playing piano first before taiko. Piano is actually my base. Like, I started playing piano when I was like 6, and then I started playing taiko when I was 8, and I was doing both at the same time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, we will explore more about how your career in taiko came about, but introducing a little bit of hellos who are watching right now. Shimon Miyamoto, also from St. Mary's. Thanks, Shimon, for watching. Anna Ogawa.
Oh, hi.
in class, right? There's a message from Tomoko-san who is saying that somehow I can't hear you. I hope people can hear us. Maybe your volume needs to be up. Can you hear me, Eva?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Hopefully it would be different. We have a couple more hellos from Kevin.
Oh, hi, Kevin.
Excellent. Well, Eva, tell me about Conversation, which is a composition that you composed. What is this music about?
It's about me trying to communicate with people
Mm-hmm.
through my instrument. It was actually more kind of a little bit of improv,
Mm-hmm.
and also like I had like a basic structure to it.
Mm-hmm.
I like to have a beginning, a middle, and an ending.
Okay.
But it was the message of my piece. It was you know, I like to communicate with different people
Mm-hmm.
through my
Did
instrument. Yeah.
the titles of your composition come before or after you have composed the music?
Usually after I compose
Okay.
music. Yeah.
Do you feel where do you usually get your inspiration for your compositions?
Just everyday life
Yeah.
or different people I meet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or different places I go to.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Tell us a little bit about where this performance took place.
Oh, this was in Geneva, New York, so upstate New York.
Okay, well, let's take a little bit of a listen to Conversation. Yay! Amazing. There's there's something really magical that's happening when you perform, which is hard to describe it in words, but I had goosebumps throughout while I was just listening to this clip. And I'm guessing maybe it's because you're such a soft-spoken person, like when we talk, but when you have the instrument in front of you and when you're pouring your soul into the instrument and putting the music out there, you're a completely different persona.
Yeah, I think I kind of change when I have my instrument, Taiko, in front of me. They help me become, I don't know, fearless.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like the way you look, we say in Japanese, mitsuki, is
Mhm.
very different when you
Mm,
are playing the taiko and when we're just talking right now. And so this is absolutely fantastic. And and I'm so glad to have you on the show today so that we can learn much more about how Eva Kestner came about.
Mhm.
Several more hellos, clapping hands from
Mhm.
people who are watching. Our colleague from the international school, Hideto, saying hi.
Wow.
Onikobo-san is saying great. So that's wonderful. So tell us, share us your journey of becoming a taiko drummer. You mentioned that you started piano when you were young, and then you started
Mhm.
drumming at how
Uh,
old
I
were you?
was I was 8 when I
Okay.
started drumming. Yeah.
And what prompted you to starting the taiko?
So it was actually my mother who started taking taiko drumming lessons,
Okay.
and then she asked me and my sister if we wanted to attend the lessons with her. So we were like, "Yeah." And then we were taking drumming lessons together for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually took a break in high school because I wanted to focus on my studies.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to college and then I started doing it again.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did you bring your taiko to college?
So I asked my parents to ship lots of drums from Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. What what attracts you about the taiko?
Um, I don't know. It's like part of my voice. It it
Mm-hmm.
it's just I think I feel like I'm a part of the instrument. I don't know. It's just I just feel very like I can be my ideal self when I'm drumming.
Mm-hmm.
If
Do
that
you
makes
feel like when you're performing, what's going in your mind? Are you speaking to yourself? Are you speaking to the drum? Is it completely quiet? What goes through your process when you're, especially the performances that it's just the drums. When you're singing, I'm assuming that you're thinking about the lyrics, but
Mhm.
when it's just the drums, what's going through your heart and your spirit and your mind while you're performing?
Um, well, I'm talking to the drums. I'm
Mm-hmm.
also talking to the audience. I'm talking to myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very you know, how do you say?
Is it meditative?
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I also have to perform.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to put on a show. So
Right.
yeah. So there's I guess there's different layers
Mm-hmm.
to it. Yeah.
Gotcha. So tell me where the turning point of your career was when you went to college not for music. I'm assuming you went for
Mhm.
college to study pursue a degree. At
Yes.
some point, you as you said, you asked your parents to send you the
Yeah.
drums.
Yeah.
So walk us through why you decided this is the road that I'm going to take.
Yeah. It was just like an intuition or like I don't know. It was just I went to college just to study philosophy
Mm-hmm.
and I suddenly had like this, you know, intuition sort of that I needed to start a taiko drumming group at my school. It it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't it wasn't, planned. It
Mm-hmm.
was a surprise to me actually.
Mm-hmm.
Um and then also my friends were interested too, so we made a student organization and I was leading the group musically. Um yeah.
Hideto's asking, where did you go to college?
I went to Cornell University in New York.
Did you feel like you needed that artistic output in the midst of all the education that you were receiving at Cornell?
Um, yeah, I felt kind of a need to, be more myself, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that was the main thing.
Okay. And then when you started your group at Cornell University, how many people were interested, and how
Oh,
how
yeah.
did it grow? And
Yeah, so a lot of people were interested, not only like the Japanese community, but
Mhm.
also like many students from different backgrounds, and started maybe 20 people.
Oh,
And
that's
then
pretty good.
but then every year more and more people got interested, so we had to do auditions.
Wow.
Yeah.
How big was your group towards the end of your time at school?
Well, we always kept it at 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then where did you bring the drums all from Japan, or did you have to provide it in the US? Were you able to
Oh,
get some Japanese drums in US?
well, when we started, it was all from Japan. But I
Mm-hmm.
think now the students at Cornell now who are still in the group,
Mm-hmm.
they purchased more drums somewhere else. But for when I was there, we brought them all from Japan.
It's really cool. 20 people, 20 people drum group is a very, very loud sound. Like
Yeah.
it's very exciting too. Yeah,
Mm.
that's fantastic. Tell us a little bit about how you compose music for the taiko.
Mm. Yeah, so when I compose, sometimes it just comes naturally. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
really, you know, it's like, oh, like I don't sometimes I force music to come out, but usually
Mm-hmm.
it comes at the right time, like, f through the experiences I've had in life, it just suddenly
It just
comes.
happens.
It just happens, yeah.
So then tell me this. So if you have 20 people, everyone cannot be improv, right? Like there has to be
Right.
some kind of structure.
Oh, yes, yes.
So how do you organize that when you have 20 people in your group? You can't just be like, all right, let's play this.
Yeah,
Like go for
yeah,
it. There has to
yeah,
be a
so
start, a middle, and a stop. I'm
yeah,
assuming.
so yeah, so when I play with other people,
Mm-hmm.
which is usually the case, I would write musical notation, or
Mm-hmm.
traditionally in taiko, there are no musical notations. We
Right.
use this verbal way of explaining things. Such,
Mm-hmm.
for example, in music, one quarter note and two eighth notes.
Mm-hmm.
Don, we in Japanese we say don doko.
Mm-hmm. Don doko, which is the sound of the don doko, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So traditionally we would just uh tell everyone to play just by mouth.
That's cool.
Yeah, but when I'm playing with other musicians or
Mm-hmm.
different people, I would have to write notation,
Mm-hmm.
um musical notation.
It's really cool that you do teach the traditional way of playing drums to your group, because it's so easy to just write it out, but
Mhm.
that's not the culture of taiko
Yeah.
drumming at all, and especially Japanese traditional music. It's very much word of mouth. It's very much scriptures instead of you know the Western notation. So I'm
Mhm.
glad that you maintained that, and taught, spread the word that way, and then maintaining the culture instead of
Yeah.
you know
Yes.
going down the easy path, which is to just write down the notation and the
Mhm.
rhythms.
Mhm.
Um, so because I don't know, like I grew up with taiko around me, as in like I would see it and hear it at concerts, or especially at temples.
Yeah.
um, but I don't know how much maintenance and care is needed for the
Mhm.
taiko. So like could you
Yeah.
tell me what goes around making sure that the instrument makes the sound, and making sure that the instrument is still vibrating? What kind of technical things happen?
Yes. So usually we have
Hmm.
to keep it a little bit moist.
Okay. How do
Um
you do that?
Sometimes I use baby lotion to put on the skin.
Oh,
Yeah. And
interesting.
yeah, and also I have to loosen some drums, some types of taiko drums you can tighten and loosen.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm not playing, I would loosen it. And then when I
Is it
play,
by pegs or is it just strings?
so there's different types. This is strings.
Okay,
There's also the pegs type.
I see.
So there's different kinds.
And
But
then
yeah.
what's the skin on top made of in Japanese
Uh,
taiko?
these are usually cowhide.
Gotcha.
Yes. But there's also I also have some horsehide uh
Mm-hmm.
like taiko too, but I like cowhide.
What's the difference?
It just vibrates better. The sound is louder and deeper.
Mm-hmm. And there's so much tension on the top part, which and you're hitting with a pretty hard stick. How long does it last usually, or do you encounter times where there's a hole that comes through, or like does it break or?
Well, yeah, if you hit it too hard,
Mm-hmm.
then you will break it, but usually they're strong enough to last a few decades.
Really?
Yeah, even if you play a lot.
Huh. That's very interesting because like in orchestral world, we use our drums and we have, like, for example, the bass drum is as close as probably the taiko drum in Japanese culture, and sometimes it happens, it just breaks, it just wears out, and it just kind of
Yeah.
goes through, so we have to change the frame. But I didn't realize that Japanese taiko drums last that long, so that's really cool.
Yeah. Yes.
Is it pretty light because it's hollow, right, for the
Yeah,
longer ones?
it's hollow, so some of the drums are light.
Mm-hmm.
But if the body is made out of a certain type of tree,
Mm-hmm.
keaki, I forget what
Mm-hmm.
that's called in English. Then
Mm-hmm.
it's very heavy. So some drums are very heavy, some of them are very light.
I see.
Mhm.
Um, I'm just wondering. You said that you asked your parents to ship your drums. Did they have to bring it physically, or did they mail
Uh,
it to you?
they mailed it, put it in cardboard box, put a lot of
Uh-huh.
like cushions,
Foams. Uh-huh.
yeah, in it, and then we shipped.
And then you had to bring it back to Japan after graduating, right?
Oh no, I left all of them because
Oh,
it's
you left
yeah,
them. Oh.
yeah, 'cause the organization's still going on, so they're
Mm-hmm.
still using the drums.
Oh, that's great that you left them instruments.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah. Mhm.
So that actually brings me to the next question, which would be, how many instruments do you have? How many taiko drums have you had?
Right now at home, I have about 10. Right
Okay.
now, we see 4,
Uh-huh.
but I have a few more. I have like heavy ones. I also have
Can you
four,
can you share us a little bit of what the characteristics of those four that are behind you?
so this is just the highest,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the lowest.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like to set it up so that I have a high, a low, two mediums and one low.
So it's medium, high, medium, low.
Yeah.
Is that sort of like a universal system, or is that an Ava
Um,
way?
it's it's kind of it's my way. But
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of people use this setup
Mm-hmm.
as well. Yeah.
Sometimes, because the reason why I ask is because sometimes when you have like you have some drum set players who keep the high on the left side, or no, sorry, keep the high on the right side and then keep the low on the left side, just like a piano, right?
Yeah.
So they're used to going from low to high this
Yeah.
way. But I
Yeah.
didn't realize, some. I don't recall that many people who do
Me.
medium, high, medium,
Yeah.
low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. But sometimes I just do like high and then getting lower. Like it depends on
The music,
yeah, the music actually, yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
What is your stick made out of?
So my taiko sticks are made out of different material depending on the sound I want to make.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so we have like maple or
Mm-hmm.
oak
Mm-hmm.
or cypress.
Mm-hmm.
Maple is like very hard. If you want to play fast,
Mm-hmm.
I'll use maple. If I want to do like more long tone, heavy sound, I would use oak.
So I've never looked at a taiko stick close up, but
Mhm.
is it just one solid diameter, or does it get smaller?
Sometimes it's tapered at the end.
Okay.
So sometimes it gets small. If you want to play fast, it's easier if you have a tapered
Mm-hmm.
stick. Some sticks are just, it doesn't get smaller at the end. If you want to play
Gotcha.
very like heavy, low sounds, you
Mm-hmm.
would use the tapered sticks.
Do you make your own sticks, or does it get manufactured?
I usually buy, but sometimes I would cut it or sandpaper it um,
Mm,
to adjust to my size. Um,
interesting.
mhm.
Well, because like everyone has different size hands, right? So I'm assuming that you
Yeah.
kind of have to adjust to what makes sense to,
Mhm.
if everyone's giving the same sticks, it may feel completely uncomfortable
Yeah,
for some
yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's important to get sticks that are right for you.
That's really cool. I love the personalization of it, that you
Mhm.
get to change customize
Yeah.
it your way so it feels
Yeah.
natural to you. You know,
Mhm.
it's the extension of your artistry, right? Your stick is
Yeah.
part of your body, and it goes into the drum. So I feel that needs to be, in my sense, it feels like it needs to be organic. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
like because like I do a profession where I wave a stick all the time, right?
Mhm.
And I don't make sound with the stick necessarily like you, but the way it feels in my hand has to feel organic to me. I use wood. A lot of conductors use like titanium or synthetic
Oh.
materials or plastic and stuff, but like
Mhm.
for me, what I do is music is so natural and it has life to it. I feel like it has that necessity of it being
Mm.
something that lives. And also, I don't know if this happens to you, but do you ever hit yourself with your stick?
When I was terrible at drumming, I used to hit my forehead sometimes.
That
But
has to hurt.
yeah, it really hurt. But now it doesn't really happen.
Say, no matter how long I've been doing it, and then this is like all generations, but we
Mhm.
we hit ourselves all the time with our
Really?
stick.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
and not like, let's see if I might be able to show you. No, hold on just a second.
Mhm.
Oh, there we go. So usually, this is my stick, right?
Okay.
But this is what happens all the time when I'm performing. It
Oh
breaks.
my god. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's because like I hit it to myself, or I hit it on a
Mhm.
music stand, and it just keeps
Wow.
flying. And
Wow.
so I was just curious if you hit yourself, or if you know,
Yeah.
if accidents happen.
Yeah, accidents have happened, yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Several more hellos from our colleague Michael
Hi.
Kushini. Hi, Michael. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
So, Ava, you're such a unique artist, and I wanted to share a video which I don't even know how to describe it. You're a cross-genre, borderless artist, and instead of me trying to explain what this is, can you explain what this video is? because
Oh,
because it's hard for me. Like I'm gonna we'll watch it together, but I think it's much easier if you could tell us what this feels like. It describes everything about you, but tell us.
well, for me, with taiko drumming, I can I'm able to cross a lot of genres. So
Hmm.
in this video, I actually tried to make new pop music with Japanese essence. So I used the Japanese musical scale, the pentatonic scale for the melody, and then traditional Japanese rhythm to make it sound Japanese, but also more contemporary.
And then there's voice to it too.
Yeah, so
Lyrics.
the voice, yeah, so I use the pentatonic scale, which is the Japanese scale we use. Yeah, the pentatonic scale.
Who and then what is the lyric portraying?
For this song, it talks about how we are all, borderless, connected, like how we are one. So that was the message of this piece.
Great. Oh, let's take a quick listen to it. That's so cool. There is much more happening than just the taiko drum in this music, which I hear the flute. Are you playing the flute or
I asked a professional Japanese flute
flute? Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's also voice layovers like choral. Is that all your voice?
Yeah, that was all my voice.
How many layers? It felt like there was like 3.
I don't remember. I think I did like 12.
Okay. and then what? There's also like a synthetic sound to it, like an electronic sound. What is that?
We use strings with the synthesizer.
Yeah, keyboards.
Yeah, strings and bass, guitar, just mixing a lot of different kinds of instruments.
Sounds, right? Yeah. Well, because you said you wanted to make it appeal to pop culture, and I feel like this is doing exactly that. Which I want to ask you, if you had to put yourself a genre, what genre would you be? I know the easy answer is you're your own genre, and I think that's the most, probably the most beautiful way to explain who you are. But what would people want? What would you want people to label you as?
Musician, artist.
I guess you're you. Like as I'm asking the question, I'm also a little bit conflicting myself because there's no one like you. There really isn't. Most of the traditional Japanese taiko drummers are just taiko drummers. They don't really cross genre.
Yeah.
And I feel that you're very borderless. What do you think?
Yeah, I like to collaborate with different musical styles. Classical, funk, jazz, rock, and not just
traditionals.
Traditional, but I also like traditional.
Is it? Do you feel that you've acquired the taste of different kinds of genres of music that you've just described because of your upbringing, or just the in general wide range of interest in music in general?
Yeah, I think it's my upbringing, and also because I enjoy different kinds of music. I think it's both.
What kind of music do you like to listen to when when you're out for a run, or just walking down the street, or just at home on your Spotify? What's on your Spotify playlist?
Oh, I listen to everything. I like music from like the old music. I like Michael Jackson. Like I like classical music. I just listen to different kinds of music depending on the mood or my yeah.
God.
I listen to
When
rock. Yeah.
What do you have a favorite rock artist?
I like Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I like Rolling Stones. I like
Nice.
everything. Yeah.
Very cool. What I feel that you've actually answered one of my first questions today, where I asked you where do you get your inspiration from, and then of course you said it just comes from everyday life. But I feel that your inspiration also is very influenced by just the wide variety of music interests that you have.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And especially this video that we just watched it speaks to that, because of it's not just classic, it's not just like
Mhm.
classic, it's not just rock, it's not just
Mhm.
pops, and then you have the taiko drum, which like totally brings it a whole Japanese perspective into it. So
Mhm.
Eva, you are your own genre, that's for sure.
Mhm.
um so with all our artists, I'd like to take a moment to talk about the current affair happenings, and one of the topic is about Black Lives Matter, and I would like to ask you how the Black Lives Matter means to you and how it influences your musical activities.
Well, I've always believed that um, Black Lives Matter, so it's very sad what's happening right now. A lot of the music that I do is inspired by African rhythms
Mm-hmm.
and music. So um, yeah, I I just maybe I want to help raise awareness
Mm-hmm.
um, through my music too.
Do you have like specific examples of how you would like to go about doing that through your musical outpour?
Um, well, for example, I would like to collaborate with African musicians or African
Mm-hmm.
American
Mm-hmm.
artists as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
That's definitely a great first step.
Mhm.
For in the field that I'm in, we have this tendency of not featuring Black composers as much as we should, and there's great music from so many African American composers throughout history. And so,
Mhm.
at my orchestra, we have revamped our season to try to make sure that we our attention is towards um, diversity,
Mhm.
and then not not being stuck in the traditional way of the old
Mhm.
ways of being segregated. So, but I'm
Yeah.
glad, yeah. And then I look forward to seeing how you bring in the social matters to through your music with
Mhm.
with a very traditional instrument of a culture in Japan. How that you can spread spread it and make it borderless, just like your genre.
Yes.
Hmm.
Mm.
So my final question to you tonight, or this morning for us, is performing music has become such a routine activity for us for so many years.
Mhm.
Then all of a sudden, because of this world crisis, COVID-19, performing in public has become extremely difficult. How has your attitude towards music and performing for an audience changed?
Uh, my attitude hasn't really changed,
Mm-hmm.
but I do miss performing. Um, well, now I feel like I feel the need to do more like online uh like videos, and
Mm-hmm.
and during this quarantine I was able to write more music as well. Um, but yeah, I hope to be able to perform more again and
Mm-hmm.
travel because I can't really um perform abroad right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Hopefully, traveling will become much better.
Yeah.
Situations of traveling will be better. Like supposed to be back home in the U.S., but I'm very much stuck in Japan because there are no flights to go home.
Yeah.
I have a question from one of the listener who is saying, how do you feel the importance of pitch and tuning of percussion? He's also explaining it in Japanese about, the pitch tension, the high and the low, based on the song. So how do you go? What do you do? And when do you change during different pieces, or how do you go about doing that?
Yeah, I change the tuning according to like the environment, like the concert hall or the where I'm playing. But I can't really change the tuning while I'm playing.
Of course.
Yeah.
So when you arrive to a concert hall, do you check I'm assuming you check the acoustic, and then based on the acoustic, do you change the tuning or the pitching?
Yes. So
okay.
I'll adjust when I go there.
What is it that you're listening for in the acoustic when you hit your drum, you hear the sound bounce back off? Is it just a simple matter of high or low, or is there something more that goes in your mind where you adjust the instrument?
Yeah, high and low, and also if I'm playing with other musicians, other instruments, then we will have to, adjust. Well, I will adjust my own instrument so that it would blend well with the other instruments.
I see. Oh, that makes sense. Like even with classical music, with the drums that we use, based on humidity and based on the pieces, we always change the tuning of it so that it feels most organic and natural. I wanted to make sure that I share your website to everyone where people can find more information about you, eva-kestner.com, and it's both in English and Japanese. You have your newest video out there, and then you mentioned that you're working on newer video coming up soon, so I'm very excited about that. And then a lot of the activities I usually see of you is through Instagram, and so I also wanted to show you everyone where they can find you at Eva Kestner _ Taiko. And tell us about this video that you have, this one with the drummer here.
So that's my my drummer friend. We decided to work on a short piece together. We want to perform, but we can't, so we decided to do it, long distance on video. And for this video, he composed a short composition, and I added my drums.
Everyone, take a quick listen to it. So. It's so cool. Yay! That's really cool. I feel like there needs to be more of those, and just collaborations. Because it's visually and acoustically, it's something that I've never seen before, where it's a drum set and a duet of drum set and Japanese taiko. So I highly encourage, and it's more of it. Not an encourage. I request you to make more of those so that we can enjoy your your
Yes.
outpour of music, and then also
Mhm.
I think it really makes it more borderless, and it's
Yeah.
when I was watching that, I was thinking about how in Western drum set there's also the feet where you do the bass drum with your
Yeah.
feet.
Mhm.
Is there something similar to that in Japanese drumming?
No, so we don't use our feet. We just use our hands. Yeah.
Gotcha. There's
Yeah.
nothing with the feet, huh?
Yeah, there's nothing with the feet. I can't think of a case where we use our feet.
Huh. Have you ever thought about doing the Japanese drumming and then implementing a drumstick kick drum
Yeah,
as you perform?
I've tried it, but
Mm-hmm.
it didn't I don't know, it just didn't sound it felt kind of weird. So I decided
Well,
not to go in that direction.
I'm just curious because you could still use the pedal action, but you
Yeah,
could put a Japanese taiko, right? Instead of
yeah,
a
yeah, but I
Western
think
drum.
the the Western drum set, I think, is more suitable for that kind of
Mm-hmm.
playing style. For Taiko drums, it felt kind of funny, so I decided not to go in that direction.
Look at me trying to influence you in the wrong direction. um, Anna says, very cool videos, Ava.
Oh,
Thank
thank you.
you. Well, Ava, thank you so much for your time. This was really
Yes,
wonderful to
thank
get a
you
chance to
so
talk
much.
to you and
Yeah.
learn more about what you do.
Mhm.
And I'll stay in tune with your social medias to see
Mhm.
more videos that you will be
Mhm.
posting. So
Thank you so much.
thank you. And then for all
Thank
the listeners,
you.
thank you for tuning in.
Thank
And I hope to
you.
see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share this video. ありがとうございました。チャンネル登録、いいね、そしてこのビデオをぜひシェアしてください。